Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. One is always the screen of the movie, untouched by the color of the movie. So you are it. The thing is, that one took himself for the movie and engaged so much that there is like a net of stories, attachment, desires, and one forgot or never heard that it is not really what it is, what he is. So those who come to satsang, having already searched in so many directions, otherwise they would not come to satsang, yet maybe not yet so clear about what means the real nature, the realization of what's real. He has to know that the habit is always to become, to believe one is in time. So, and that's why he suffers so much that he can be despaired, and he has to search for an exit. So it's the perfect moment to hear, of course, dear child, it's because you mistake yourself for something you are not. And in order to realize what you really are, try to hear, and it may take time for that, but try to hear that it will not be the way you know. It will not be by becoming something else or becoming back what you are. All that is part of the movie. So it's not through the means you know you will realize the screen, that you are the screen, that you are the substratum of things. It is by being clearer and clearer that it is surely not through a movement of the mind, not through believing the suggestions of the mind, that you will be clearer. It will give more confusion. It will be finally by leaving the mind more and more aside, because you get so struck by the truth that if you follow the mind, you will reach an object, even if it is an inside object, even if it is a sublime state inside of you. It is an object which was not there before, and that you reach out of the blue or through a lot of practice. It will never be through a tool in the appearance. And yet, and this paradox, you can't solve it, an indication can be given. So if you feel so much that you are away, and that's what you search, from what you are, at least know that you are first, and then for some reason your focus is on the belief after, when it appears, when it arises. So the indication is you are never lost. It's part of your hallucination because you base your so-called reality in which will give the truth to experiences. You have references for your reality on experiences, on emotions, and on conceptualizing. So you have to hear again and again, it will not be through this tool. You have to leave the tool aside, even though it looks to you it's impossible. It's also a concept. And that's how one is bound to concept. He believes all the time what the mind suggests. So he looks like bound. So free yourself, and here it will not be through the mind. It will be when, in a fraction of a second, you leave the mind aside and from there whatever arises is unreal by nature, is the movie. Part of you, you are not it. And it doesn't matter if the habits, and it will be so with exceptions, habits are so strong that somehow you are still a lot in the movie, you feel so, you can stop at any time. You can stop at any time. When you look at a movie, if you have an urgent call of nature, you leave the movie, isn't it? You leave the movie. You do the same. You can stop at any time, and what's left at that time is what you are. Whatever will be rising from there, even if it speaks of it, it's not it. In order to realize it, not to make it a knowledge again, which will still make you search or make you so arrogant that it's a bad luck. Anything not clear, and even if it is clear and somehow you feel stuck or whatever, satsang is a good place, you see, to expose that to yourself after all.
today I feel very confused about what you say about delaying.
Yeah.
Because by nature I'm not patient, and when I hear that it takes time and I have to do it again and again, in a way it's better because I feel like I'm doing the best I can and it's okay. But when I hear that I'm delaying, and so in a way I don't want it, or it's something I choose not to make, I'm feeling very frustrated and sad, and I don't know what to do because I don't see how I delay realization.
You know how you delay? Listening to this talk of your mind. Listening to this talk of your mind, you delay. Why is it important when you know that the search is only in the mind, that you are it already?
Because it's not true for me. It's not true.
It is not true because you have an idea of enlightenment. You have an idea of enlightenment. The mind, you see, will take any subject and will make a concept of it, even enlightenment. And you know very well the ideas we have about enlightenment. And so, as you have that concept, you don't fit that concept. Isn't it not a talk of the mind?
Yes, but for example, when you say, like, when you have a real glimpse, you know what is true and what is not, and then you have to honor it. But I haven't seen what is not true, so I cannot honor anything because I don't know where to look or what to be and
Okay.
what.
So you have to follow the instruction to negate, to even negate your feelings, to negate your frustration. It belongs to somebody, I'm not somebody, let it be free or let it be frustrated.
I do it to the point that I feel like huge disgust, I feel sick.
But why you listen to the disgust? It belongs to whom? You see, a few zones you don't negate because it gives you a sense of the person who will reach enlightenment. It will never be a person who reach enlightenment. It will be when the mind of the person is not taken for real. Means you don't know that yet because you have to realize for it, but there is this indication negating. I am so depressed. Negate! No, it belongs to somebody. I don't want anymore to be that somebody, to believe I am that somebody. You have to see that. And that may take some time because you don't see that it is also the mind. Those experiences are called the mind. So you are cornered where to go as a person. Yes, where to go. You can only disappear here. Otherwise, a new circle is created. It is here that somebody asks for help, you see. You have to come to this point to ask help. You ask help. Don't fight. Whatever is appearing now, it's the mind. It gives the sense of existence of I am born. I can change what?
Change the movie
Yeah.
anytime because I can control the mind. The mind is different.
Oh, really? You can control so much the mind.
So now is that separation? I see. But can I control the mind? So now that I am aware it is separate, now that I am aware, I've also been conditioned socially, environmentally to believe certain things, but it is just a belief. So can I train the mind to believe something else? Can I say no? That's not correct. This is correct.
But has nothing to do with realization of the screen.
I understand the screen, I understand visualization, I understand the self and I'm separate. But I can't stay in that. I have to come to
What a
reality.
belief! What a belief! Then you don't believe in Buddhas. You don't believe that they have been in this planet. How can you say, I don't believe you can live there? What do you mean?
I don't explain myself very well then.
Okay, am I here? May not be. You know, the wind is strong. I must say. If you could just a bit. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
So you say you can change your movie. Okay.
Yeah. No, I can't sit. Sorry, my knee is down.
Yeah.
So, I understand to sit by myself. I understand that I am not my thoughts. I get there now. But I have to use my mind, right, to function in life. I build a house. I need to use my mind. I need to talk to
But who
people.
said not? Of course, you have the mind is meant for that.
Yeah. But to use my mind is broken sometimes. It wants to go negative. It wants to think I am sad, I am depressed, I have anxiety. But this is in my mind. So I studied psychology, so I'm into sort of neural pathways. So the neural pathway goes this way. I can now make it go this way. I am in control.
It is as you like, but you see, you have not to go anyway. To realize yourself, but then if it is not your goal, yes, you can. You think so? Really choose to do something else, especially if you have an understanding that, okay, it's not for me. I understood to the limits of that. There are limits also in the other direction. Maybe you have to discover that.
Because I know that's not myself. And I know I can leave, I can go
But
to
then
myself.
why are you busy with that?
Because I have bad habits and I want to change.
But first realize yourself and then you see.
But I understand myself and I sit with myself and I'm perfectly content. I sit in meditation, I touch it. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes. I'm okay. But then when I have to use my mind and I have to come back to reality, then it has bad habits.
No, but you see, to be the screen doesn't mean that sometimes you are the screen, sometimes you are not, and so on. I mean, to realize what is, otherwise it is experiencing, having experience of something which is not in time, and sometimes experiencing time. It is still in the realm of time, you see. Eternity is in the realm of time. You don't say yes so easily. I mean, it's enormous what I am telling.
I think a lot, it's okay. I think a lot at home.
Okay. You can have experience of eternity and somehow it was not there before and it will disappear. Oh, strange, isn't it? And you have a sense of eternity. So it is not real eternity. It's again a fake one. It's again an illusion, as everything else in this world. So, you see, if you are busy to be better and all, very good. I mean, nobody said it's not very good. The only thing is, satsang is to discard for a blink of an eye at least all directions, even the life, even the person in life, in order to realize the screen, not only to know I am a screen.
I got to think.
Yes, investigate, good. You see, with meditation, the beauty is that in life, if you dedicate some time to meditation, at least you have, I would say, space. You are freed from the agitation, preoccupation of your mind. And surely it gives you a much better life in a way. But what about the meditator? Or what about the agitator when the meditation is finished? This problem, you see, is the target of satsang, the subject. Now we don't care so much about states of the subject. But what is this subject? Is there such a thing as a subject in reality? This is the self-inquiry, the big question. And how to realize the indication of it, it's by negating. Whatever arises is because suddenly there is a subject-object. I'm not it, you see. And then you keep quiet before you catch the next thought. Because it's an endless flow, huh? It's like a river. And where you are left, you don't need to know what it is. It is that. But you see, when you catch the other thought, don't believe that it is the rising subject of the thought which was suddenly that. There is nobody where you don't agitate or give a substance to I.
So then, if you do truly realize, if you do truly realize then, right?
Yeah.
And you get there eventually, then you don't have to train the mind. You don't have to make it think, because then it is.
Oh, you are wise.
Okay, thank you.
By chance, it may change by itself a little bit. She's very happy with the discovery. Where are you, Kalyani?
I was thinking about the other day you were saying that I should not wait for anything to happen. But it looks impossible for two reasons. One is that all the sages said there is such a thing as liberation and enlightenment. So of course I'm waiting for it to happen.
Yes, sure. That's why you have to hear. Don't wait.
But even if I try not to wait,
You wait.
I
Then-
wait for something to happen.
Then ask who is waiting. Where do you go? Instead of waiting for enlightenment, it's rather who is waiting, and that answer will be enlightenment. You understand? There is no answer. Yes. And let the I, who has no answer, disappear. Let it give him time to disappear in the no answer, instead of stopping, I have no answer.
I don't understand this I, what you mean or what is meant by that. Because if it's I as just a thought, I, of course it disappears at some point. But the sense of existence and that everything is there is still there. And that will never
It
disappear.
is also a thought. It is also a thought. But you cannot see it as a thought as long as you don't question it. Who considers that, who sees that, who believes something, who doesn't believe something. Where do you go when you say who? Where do you go? Where do you go? Without stopping somewhere. Otherwise again, or I am nowhere, or I don't know. These are answers of the mind. The mind loves to own everything. Don't forget, you see. So you cannot put your trust there. You have to see so clearly, and this question helps, you see. Who? And you are left with what? With what are you left? It's that direction, you see. It's that direction, not the one that the mind will express. But don't go there. Don't go there, just for once, because you see, when the mind has been demystified even only once, I tell you, it's a big slap, because that direction is stronger than the mind. The mind is born from there. And don't worry, then you give a blessing, you give a chance to love more, because you know that's the truth. To love more, not to listen to the mind. But you have to, once you have to go to that direction.
I cannot do that because for me, the world still appears when I ask. Even if I ask who sees the world is still there. And it cannot be that.
If the world is still there, if you ask who?
Yes, of course.
No, not of course. Not of course. Close your eyes then. And even if it appears, it is not that. I tell you, negation. Maybe you don't know what is negation. You will know. If you don't run away before, you will know. You have to. You have to. Otherwise, you will not hear better. You see, I tell you, for the mind, for someone to say, okay, I see my body, I'm not it. It's the total, I think, the peak of the mental hospital asylum, or I don't know how you speak, for somebody to say, I am not this body. But you see, we don't want to give trust to the mind in satsang. And there is a reason, and the wise tell us endlessly why. Because we suffer, because it is illusory, your real nature is not that. So, even if you can't trust, even in the beginning, if you can't trust, you are here. You could spend your time somewhere else, but you are here. So, I ask you, even if you don't trust, whatever you see, I am not. Whatever I experience, I am not. Be busy with that, even if it looks mad, untrue. It's a command of the mind. It is not. Like that is the negation. It's your weapon. It is your stick. Okay. And don't ask for another stick now. First work with that stick. And if any question is from that stick, I will reply you. But don't ask another direction now. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes, of course. Emotions can be extremely turbulent, intense. That's why we search, don't forget. So, know that I'm not that. What to say? It looks like I'm a parrot to repeat. But it's the best food you can have. It's the best, you see. Yes. Not only understand, go there. Yeah, go there. Be there. And then keep quiet for a moment. Keep quiet for a moment. Even though maybe it will reappear the same. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yes. You see, the screen, the self, is rarely white or without any movie. But this moment of realization, it looks like you can cut off for a split second to see that there is a screen. Of course, when I say to see, it is not with the eyes. It's an indication. And know that sometimes in this movie there are periods of time in this expression which are turbulent, which are very much, disturbing even. But it doesn't mean that you have to forget you are the background of it. Instead of hoping, even though it's human to hope, I hope it's passing. Yes, it will pass anyway. But not more than that. On samsara, there is no control. So, free or not, you have your samsara, it appears as whatever. There is no control about it. And you know, I will tell you a story you know, but I will tell it with another meaning. Papaji at some point was accompanied by one of the most adorable true devotee, Indian, of course Indian. Very devoted, extremely like his shadow. And they were all of the same age, from the same Punjabi place, so they had a lot in common too. And at some point, the devotee said, I go back to my town, which was also Lucknow, and give my business to my sons so that I can have some money, and for both of us, for three of us, I was there at the time, and I live with you now. Event. After the week, no Baldev Raj, we have not seen. Can be delayed, why not? After a month, no Baldev Raj. And Master was very silent too. Sometimes I was asking, and what about Baldev Raj? After 2 months, a letter came telling when he came there, none of his sons wanted the business, and on top of it his wife was very sick, so he has to stay there. But he kept Master in his heart. And you see, my reading was, oh, it's risky to go. It's risky to go. Because you never know what the samsara will do with it. So he made a bad choice. No, the bad choice was not it's risky to go. He could not do otherwise. He could not choose otherwise, having his wife sick and all that. But what the mistake was, he didn't realize before. We delay. That's what I say. The mistake is to delay, because the samsara will be the same, and we will leave that samsara, free or not. And I add one thing more. When Ramana Maharishi said to Papaji, you know, you have to go and save your family there in the north. Then Master said, but you showed me all is in a dream. I want to stay. He wanted to do the contrary. He said, live in your dream. So he had to go. And I tell you, Ramana Maharishi didn't tell him that because he was realized. Realized or not, he would have told Punjaji, and he would have gone. So, it is the delay of the mind. Why don't we do things we never know what our samsara will bring next? Then maybe we will not be free. We will be busy because of sickness, because of responsibilities, because of anything. So we have to realize now. It's bullshit to think the samsara will change. It is glued to this body. You cannot control it. Free or not. You will have to live those things. Okay.
Yesterday is not yesterday because it's still present here. I woke up this night and I wrote something. And I promised myself to read it and I did not control the text. So I just go read it.
Okay.
The immensity of your fiery love, your total surrender to the self, oh my beloved master and great matriarch, family. My beloved Sangha friends, I bow to your depths of love. And yet, how can I truly bow when I do not include my own self? We are the same, so why compare? Why to put ideals on myself? Throw this belief of I is real. Now completely in the raging fire. And this turbulent river of abundant expressions. Angeline, give up fully this ancient trust in the mind. Don't hold back anymore. Don't crush any doubt, not any unworthiness. It's unreal by nature.
Roar, roar. Wonderful. So you wrote that, huh?
Yesterday I couldn't sleep and I find the monster there. And I am not it.
Great. Ja, de Sia.
kind of there's a lot of bullshit that comes up in satsang and around satsang. And one of the observations I often get is that I submit myself too easily to people and situations. Like I give over my power and I go full-heartedly into everything for a lot of things. And it's just
habit. Huh?
yes. But I just want to say it's sort of a recognition, and maybe I don't see it clearly, but I wanted to share that I trust you and your pointing so fully and so unwaveringly that I really feel this is the only place where it really pays off to be this way.
Yes.
I feel it's really a blessing.
how important it is to have the solid background.
Yeah. You understand now?
Sometimes it's not that I feel that I lost my fire or the desire to know who I am, but if I'm in a conversation or whatever with people on my job, it feels I don't understand something, or I cannot really be myself, or I don't know, it feels very weird with people. Or sometimes I feel I don't understand what's going on. But then I also know that this is, I get like this, like it's thought and it's emotional. So I believe it's not true.
It's not who you are.
It's not
It is the person. It's linked to the person, to his past, to whatever. Mm? Still you function, no?
and there is any way to don't get taken by this.
If you have this habit, it may diminish, but know that it's just a mood to the person. I'm not it, and then it loses its dramatic appearance, you see. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm not it. Then it loses its power.
Still, if I have this thought, or if I say this to myself, probably because I'm not on a good background, I still believe that it's something still from my mind. So like I feel it's my mind beating.
You don't beat. If you say I'm not that, you don't beat, you don't touch it. Why should I don't say you have not to be like that.
Yes.
I say you are not it. It's just to give, the solid background is to give more and more this automatic different flow from the mind. You see, the mind goes this way into states and relations. If you are not it, you stay nearer the source of all the rising. You give less reality. The moment you negate, you don't go into that movement. You don't touch it, you see. It's not that you want to transform it or you reject it. No, you don't touch it. So it flows like in the river instead of transforming into a rock and then what? Your attention bring back. What is the solid background is to bring back the attention to prior to I. Prior to I.
Because somehow some attention I have always in myself. I'm always watching myself.
Yeah.
Or what is going on.
Describing, yes. Yes, it's a habit.
But there's something by
But then who is the one described? Hmm? Do you know it? No question? You see, we are that, so everybody knows moments of it. Everybody knows moments of it. Often it's clearer when in the childhood because you are less crowded. Yet, everybody knows that. The thing is, it is not there is not a finger pointing out its value. You see? You have to know that. When you don't consider the mind to be real, or when simply you are freed from your mind for a moment, you have to know that you are left with yourself. And it will not be the comment afterwards which will be true. So satsang gives the most importance, value, to what is not considered in the world, in the life. That's why this pointing out is totally unheard, you see, unappreciated. Till it is seen that that's the right direction. So, chalo. Something.
And the thing you said about being glued to his body,
Yeah.
samsara. I wake up with pain, I go to bed with pain.
Yeah.
For a long time I felt pain was a part of me.
Yes, and now what do you think?
It is just pain.
Yes, it's part of the body. I'm very happy for you. Lucky.